Good night, everyone. For those who do not know me, I'm Ramsay Cole. My first name, like many of these guys, comes from my dad, Jonathan. Ever since I was a young boy, I knew I'd be attending NBA just like my father, Jonathan Cole. My childhood was filled with Friday night football games in Tommy Owen. My dad would sport his 1987 alumni hat, his class ring, and flash his big red alumni card for admission to the games. It was my destiny to follow in his footsteps and walk the same halls on the hill as he did many years before. There are many cliche stories of parents living out their former high school lives through their children. My father and my story, however, are different. When my dad was just 10 years old, his father left him, his mother, and his two older brothers to start a new life and a different family, which meant no longer supporting my father's family. All through school, my dad had to work to help his mom make ends meet. This is the best example of how hard work can get you anywhere in life. He made it all the way through high school here at MBA, college at Georgetown University, and law school at Tennessee while continuing to work to stay in school. Because of his experience, my father has been driven to give me what he did not have in high school. He doesn't live through my high school years for his personal gain, but rather he yearns to give me what he didn't have. My dad has not missed a single game, event, or even a father-son dinner throughout my whole career at NBA, except for a few that came on my birthday, which we missed together. Not one single event did he ever miss. I recognize this pre-commitment has been no easy task balancing it with his rigorous law career, but he always comes with a smile on his face and some tough fatherly love to serve me every night at dinner table. When he was enjoying his successful track and cross-country career for the Big Red, although it may not look like it now, he never had anyone to support him or put his arm over his shoulder after events such as winning the city championship his freshman year. One of my favorite memories I have with my father is winning the lacrosse state championship in 2019. After the game, he was the first one to greet me as we came off the field, and I took one of my favorite pictures with my mom and my dad. Every weekend I look at that picture sitting in my living room, and am so thankful for what I've been given. A funny story about my dad was during my third or fourth grade years when I participated in the NBA fall lacrosse leagues. I always wanted to play goalie, which was appealing at the time because it meant I wouldn't have to run all around the field, but we won't discuss that now. Shout out to Diesel. Every time my dad would drop me off, he would have a stern talk with me about how I wasn't allowed to just play goalie. I'm sure he even contacted Coach Smith or Coach John Harvey, who was the varsity lacrosse coach at the time, and told them he really wanted me to play attack or midi, which are other positions on the field for those of you who may not know. I never really listened to him, however, and just shrugged it off and said, okay, Dad, I'll play something else, but I always played in goal. I'm sure Coach Smith and Coach Garvey now would not chastise me for pursuing my career as a goalie, as I just finished playing my third game of my sixth season in goal for the Big Red, and will be continuing my lacrosse career at Center College next year. During my time at MBA, my dad has not only served as my father, but also as both parents for a short stint in seventh grade. My beloved grandmother and best friend for my whole childhood, Dorothy Ramsay, or Dee Dee, as some of my closest friends know her, passed away at the end of the first semester exams in December of 2015. And shortly after, my mom began to struggle with her own health issues and was in the hospital for several weeks. Despite the tumultuous time, my dad never showed signs of wavering. Going through my first year at MBA, which is no easy task if you ask any of the seniors or even seventh graders here in this room or anyone behind the computer screen, my dad supported me every day. I was lost without my mom, but I really think I became a daddy's boy at that moment. Everything my father has done in his professional career has been for me and my sister, Anna Grace, who is a senior on the Division I rowing team at Fordham University and will follow in both my parents' footsteps next year at the College of Law at Tennessee. Many times throughout the year, my dad travels to Washington, D.C. and welcomes alum into our house as he serves on the Alumni Admissions Board and as the head admissions representative for Georgetown in Tennessee, and hope my sister or I, would attend Georgetown University. Although neither my sister nor I attended Georgetown, for many reasons, to pursue our athletic careers, he has never stopped supporting MBA and Harpethal students in the admissions process. Just this year, one of my lifelong lacrosse teammates and friends, Michael Spellman, was accepted to Georgetown, and my father was as pumped as if I were the one going to D.C. Everything I have, I owe to my father in NBA. He was forced at an early age to grow up, a reality not many boys around him had to face. He was molded at NBA to become the successful businessman and family man he is today. I want to thank you, Dad, for always supporting me when you never had the support every young man needs, even if they don't always voice it. I thank you for showing me how to balance schoolwork and athletics. Thank you for everything you have given me and shown me that helped shape me into the man I am today, and I hope to someday become half the father and husband you are. I love you, Dad.